So apparently the Golden Globes is this past Sunday night. Well, I know I didn't watch it. I was watching the Los Angeles Chargers and New England Patriots play their NFL wildcard game. Now, it is award season again, which just so happens to coincide with the playoffs. I don't know. So Hollywood gathered in one room, dressed like the GDP of a small nation, to lecture normal people about, of all things, morality. Because nothing says I relate to the working class like a $40,000 tux, armed security, and a gift bag that cost more than my first car. Today, I'm talking about why the 2026 Golden Globes was a woke disaster, and the bigger question to ponder, do we even need these award shows anymore? Spoiler, the audience, well, they've been piecing out for years, and it's not because we don't appreciate art. It's because the show isn't about excellence anymore. It's a virtue signaling convention with trophies. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Critical Nerd. If you're a returning subscriber, a humble thank you. You guys out there are awesome, and you already know the drill. If you're new here, welcome to the channel where we love movies and we don't pretend Hollywood's nonsense is brave just because it's set into a microphone. So if you would do me a favor, this helps out with the YouTube algorithm. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell, because these award shows are basically becoming a dying format and the meltdown is getting funnier every year. So let's start with the biggest headline from the night. Not the winners, not the speeches, certainly not the jokes. No, it's the pins. Yeah, because the 2026 Golden Globes turned into a fashion show where the hottest accessory wasn't a diamond necklace. It was a political statement. Most celebrities wore Be Good and Ice Out pins tied to a new campaign and recent incidents involving ICE. In fact, I got Mark Ruffalo here, and I'm going to play this little clip just so you guys can get an example of, well, we'll just let the video speak for itself.
This is for her. This is for the people in the United States who are terrorized and scared today. I know I'm one of them. I love this country, and what I'm seeing here happening is not America. It's just not.
Mark, why do you feel that this platform is still useful to spread a message like this?
Listen, I want to pretend like this is, I want to be here to celebrate, and I am here to celebrate, and I'm proud to have a Golden Globe nomination. But also, this is not normal anymore. And so I don't know how I could be quiet, and I'm feeling a little sick, so it's hard to BS right now. So.
That, my friends, is Mark Ruffalo. Yeah, dim bulb. I mean, that's my opinion. Now, look, I have no problem if people want to support causes. I mean, that's the right. But here's the problem. This isn't activism. This is performative activism. The kind you do in front of cameras surrounded by publicists because it's, well, safe. It's not sacrifice. It's not brand. It's branding. That's what it is. It's totally branding. And of course, you have the usual suspects using the moment to crank the dial to 11, the aforementioned Mark Ruffalo, who used the pin moment as a platform to make sweeping claims and throw around extreme accusations. That right there is the modern awards show in a nutshell. Hey, congrats on your nomination. Now quick, say something controversial so Twitter thinks you're a revolutionary. Now here's my favorite part because it's the perfect symbol of where we're at today. Wanda Sykes. Yeah, Wanda Sykes. I didn't know she was still around. Takes a shot at Ricky Gervais while presenting his award, joking that he'd like to thank God and the trans community. In fact, I have the clip here, so let's take a listen.
Ricky Gervais, I love you for not being here. No, I love you, Ricky, but because if you win, I get to accept the award on your behalf, and you're going to thank God and the trans community.
Woo, yeah. Ooh, that was so funny. Yeah. Now, here's what's hilarious about that. Ricky Gervais is basically the last time anyone outside of the industry pretended to care about the Globes. His 2020 monologue is still remembered because he did the one thing Hollywood can't stand. He told them the truth, that they're out of touch, in a bubble, and nobody cares about their politics. So what does the show do now? Well, they try to recreate that moment, but instead of self-awareness, we get sanctimony with applause breaks. And then, like the perfect mic drop, Gervais posts after the fact, well, let's see, right here. Yeah. I fucking won. Again. That's the energy. Thanks for the trophy. I'm not even coming. Enjoy your echo chamber. It's pretty much what it is. It's an echo chamber. And now we get to the part where the Golden Globes tries to stay relevant by stapling on internet culture like a dad using TikTok slang. Yes, this year they added a new category, Best Podcast. And who won? Well, Amy Prayler for her podcast, Good Hang. Now listen, I haven't listened to this, so I'm not going to say it's bad, not going to say it's good. I'm kind of neutral on this. But what I'm saying is, of course, they added podcasts and immediately gave it to one of their own. It's like Blockbuster handing out Best Streaming Service Award and announcing the winner is, well, Blockbuster Plus. And it also highlights the panic. Award shows know they're losing the culture. So they're trying to absorb the culture. But the culture isn't asking to be absorbed. Now, here's the real elephant in the room, and I touched on this in my opening. Nobody watches because nobody cares. I mean, here's the question that you all asked, and I asked it myself, and it's the correct question. Do we really need these award shows anymore? Because the audience decline isn't really a mystery. It's math and vibes. The Golden Globes have been bouncing around lower modern numbers for years, including a historic low around 6.9 million viewers in 2021, and then partial rebounds later on. And even more recently, Nielsen reported figures for the Globes are about 9.3 million in 2025. But the bigger issue is cultural relevance. People used to watch award shows because they'd actually seen the movies. Now, even movie fans are like, yeah, I haven't seen a single nominated film, and the clips make me feel even better about that decision. That's brutal, and it's real. And it's not just access, it's the disconnect. These shows are built for industry people to celebrate industry people, while the audience is sitting at home thinking, wait, this one Best Picture? I've never heard of it. So what happens? Well, award shows stop being a shared event and turn into a clip farm, a highlights reel, a background noise stream. And once the show becomes content, it loses the whole point of being live in the first place. Here's the uncomfortable truth. These award shows aren't primarily about excellence anymore. They're about status and signaling. That's why you get more passion for red carpet statements than you do for actual art. That's why the political grandstanding is often the headline, not the performances, not the writing, not the craft. In fact, I have another example here. This is Wanda Sykes. This is with our gayest movie ever host. I forget his name. But I'm going to play this for you, just a snippet real quick so you can... This is more red carpet.
The pin, be good. Tell me about
Be
the
good.
pin.
Yes. Of course, this is for the mother who was murdered by ICE agent, and it's really sad. And you know, I know people are out marching and all today, and we need to speak up. We need to be out there.
So that's not on stage, that's outside. So there you go. But it's still the vibe, it's still the brand. It's look at me and clap for my moral purity. It's applaud my courage, delivered from a ballroom where the chairs cost more than your rent. So do we need these award shows anymore? Honestly, if the goal is celebrating excellence, sure, in theory, But if the real product is virtue signaling, clapter, and industry self-congratulation, then no. Because the audience already voted. They're not watching. They're catching 2 clips the next day and skipping the other 3 hours of Hollywood's annual group therapy session. So I'm asking you guys, drop a comment below. Are award shows cooked? And if you did watch the Globes, what was the cringiest moment? And as always, again, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell so you don't miss my next video. I'm the Critical Nerd, and I'll see you in the next one.